Hi, I'm Catherine Tinsley with The Nocturnal. You guys play Agent Young and Dr. Faber. How are you able to build that good cop, bad cop dynamic with your characters?
That's a good question. Um, I guess it's our backstory that kind of dictates how we kind of play these roles. When we first got the roles, we kind of weren't sure where our characters were headed until you see episode 5, 6, or something like that, which kind of gives our characters arcs and sort of background stories. So it put it like this: if he was kind of a jerk when I first met him, it would have kind of easily dictated how I was going to play my role. But it's the dynamic is a yin and yang. So you always have to have that good cop bad cop thing. But in this particular show, you kind of don't know who's who and what's what, and we get to play with that a little bit. So that's fun.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of that. I mean, I think they say 95% of filmmaking is casting.
Mhm.
And I think they, when you get a job, you just hope that you're surrounded by a good cast. And, I find out on the first day that who I'm actually surrounded with. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be awesome. Not only is it going to be awesome, it's going to be easy because these people are so talented and so good that they're going to make my job much easier.
And my next question is for Troy. What was your process for tapping into the mindset of FBI agent Young?
Well, being a parent, you have to be an FBI agent in your own right. So trust me, you have to do some investigating around kids. So it's as a kid and growing up, you always kind of want to cops and robbers and stuff like that. So you kind of want to fantasize on how you would play someone and how stern you would be and how cavalier you would be. But doing these particular roles over the years, I've kind of learned some tricks of the trade. So, but this character kind of takes me out of my comfort zone, which I kind of love. So you really don't know his backstory as of yet. And it kind of gives some insights in the later episodes, which I'm ready to explore in season 2. So yeah, so I'm ready to kind of show the world what Mr. Young is all about, and I'm interested to see too because I'm surprised every day I get a script.
And my next question is for both of you. Without giving any spoilers, what was the greatest challenge with filming The Wilds?
Well, being patient with the story. As the series moves on, you learn more and more about each character. And as the actor, you like, well, I want to know what my character does, and I want to know like where this is going. But as a detective, as a clinical psychologist, like you can't be focused on the result. You can't be focused on the end zone. You got to be present in the moment, and also as an actor. So the challenge was for me just being patient and knowing where my story was going because like Troy said, like we really didn't know. Like we didn't know, what our characters were up to. We just had to be, open and available to the script and present in each given moment without wanting to rush through the results or like rush to I need to know what's happening because if you know what's happening at the end, sometimes you might give something away like in subtly without even knowing it. So yeah, for me it was the patience.
Yeah, that's a good point. I guess for me, it's just interesting that so many different projects are all over the world, and as artists, you're not confined to California, New York, or someplace close that you can jump on a flight and be home in an hour. This is a 17-hour flight from LA, and to not be able to put your hands on something immediate is kind of challenging. But the end result in the show, you get to see the work that we've done and the heartache that we've put in, and the sacrifices that we make. Because what you see is the end result. What's behind the camera is all the sacrifices these individuals make. As actors and producers, and it's just not us. Who's in this project in front of the camera. We need the writers, we need the producers, and everyone has families, everyone has lives beyond the wilds. But at the same time, we all came together for the common good, which is this show. And with each individual sacrifice, you see that in every episode that you view. So we're just looking forward for the world to see what we've put out. And I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised.